Hi, I'm Alicia from Locations Estate Agents Gladstone, and I'm today with Ashley from the Mindful Soul Room here at her home premise in Beecher, Gladstone. So Ashley, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, always happy to. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and your business journey so far?
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Ashley. I started the Mindful Soul Room in 2019 in November, and since then it has been really well received in the public, so I'm really super stoked. We offer float therapy and infrared sauna, quiet room bookings and meditation services.
Wonderful. So you've been doing this for a little while now. What was the reason you got into this line of work?
I decided to pull away from a more clinical style of health and wellness. With a background in personal training, I just found that the muscle recovery rate for a lot of people was really one-sided, and I wanted to look for an alternative approach. So with the float therapy, it was a really great opportunity for you to lay in an environment that is stimulus-free, but also allowing you to be pushed up to the surface and have a lot of transdermal magnesium absorption to help with that muscle recovery.
That's a very fancy sort of selection of words there.
Yeah.
I have experienced it myself.
Yes.
You were kind enough to let me have a bit of a go, and initially you do feel a little bit sort of enclosed and claustrophobic, but that quickly goes away to sort of floating and working your way around the room with all the harmonic noises and float therapy, as you would say.
Absolutely.
So you're relatively new in this sort of line of business. I've worked with you before at Locations, which is a whole heap of fun. And then you've done some other things as well. So what has been the biggest challenge for you in business to date?
The biggest challenge in business, I think, was the fact that we opened up during mid-COVID. It was challenging because we didn't know the market. So I guess it was just rolling with the punches, seeing what worked, what didn't work, and the fact that float therapy and infrared sauna services in this area is so new. So it was really a stab in the dark, hoping that the public would, I guess, be receptive to the services, and I've been really, let's say, lucky that it has been well received. I've been really lucky that I've got great contacts from past personal training and working with physiotherapists and stuff, so I've got a really great background with a lot of those different services, and people just referring on to here and giving the people an alternative approach.
Which is really good, because you are exactly right. There's not a lot of those sorts of services available in our local area, and it is relatively new. Down the Sunshine Coast, we see a fair bit of that kind of thing, and in city and metro areas. So kudos to you for bringing it here.
Thank you.
It's very exciting. So going forward, what is the big goal for you? Is it a bucket list item this year, or in the next 12, 18, 24 months? Is there something that you've got on your radar?
There's always things on my radar. Anyone who knows me well knows that is always the case. At the moment, it's just really testing the market to see where we go in the next year. I'm really lucky that we've been able to sort out this business to be in home as well, having been a new build and building a complete wing off the house for this particular setup. So I guess I reduced a lot of the risks and stuff coming into the commercial spaces and things like that. So I'm hoping I'm able to stay open long term, and we'll just see where we go from there. I don't want to release it all right now.
Keeping all those cards close to
Absolutely, right in my heart.
She seems like a really nice, relaxed business lady, but we know there's definitely an agenda, which is what I love about you. I know you've already done a fair bit of community work too. You've been very generous with donating different packages and vouchers, and also your resin art. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Resin art was something that kept me sane during the COVID lockdown. I really love the medium. I love that there's no way you can really screw it up. It is, with the right instruction, you can't really screw it up. I guess I like the fact that it flows with you, and you have to be really accepting of the way it moves and the way you manipulate it into the spaces. I just love that creative outlet, and for me that worked, as opposed to painting, because my painting isn't that great. I love it, but I'm not that great. I'm not an artist for painting, I'm an artist for resin.
Play the cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, as I said before, you have been in a fair few different industries and building up your business acumen that way. Do you have a word of advice for people coming into business, or maybe doing home business? Is there something that stands out for you?
Biggest thing, I guess, advice for people starting out is don't fear change. If you feel like something's not working for you, roll with it, accept it, and move on with whatever you think is going to be the next role for you. Don't one-note yourself. Every experience that you have is going to play onto the next in some form. Even working with you, I learned so much, and I tell everyone all the time. But working
What to do in real estate.
No, what to do in everything. But yeah, so I guess working with you, I learned a lot of skills and stuff that have become valuable for me transitioning into this sort of role, especially in regards to marketing and community access. And so working with others and making sure that we work in the community both cohesively and independently as well.
Yeah, great. And you are a very good marketer. I've seen some of your stuff even before you work with locations. You were doing some really great space there as well. You're always out there promoting things differently, and you're not afraid to get in and get it done. I think that's probably one of your most admirable quotes. If we look at you, I always say that I'm fearless, and I think you're pretty close fearless behind it. Get in, get it done.
Just working with you.
And I've actually learned to accept more and more and more as I get older and as the business gets older as well, that the only constant in my business is change.
Yeah.
And when you come to terms with it and accept it, then it's just one of those things. But you know, you can have a perfect business and team at the start of one day, and then by lunchtime or the afternoon you're ready to crack the bottle.
Yeah.
But things are always ready to change, and I think if you accept it, then you move on, as you said, and you just keep rolling with the punches.
Love it.
Last but not least, how can people find you?
So people can find us on the website, themindfulsoulroom.com.au. All of our bookings are done online, and also you can get as much information as you want from there, but I'm always open to having that discussion with people if they'd like to talk with me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. It's great to see this amazing space that you've created.
Thank you.
And I wish you a wonderful year ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.